Hey everybody, this is a special. I don't know. This isn't a This Week in Switch 2. This is just a This Week in. Hey, check out this awesome movie trailer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Jetsons meets the Flintstones too, Diamond. It's kind of like Pop Goes the Culture, and This Week in Switch 2, and Indielicious. I'm gonna throw that show in here too because we have TJ here. Uh, but not Greg. He said he would wake up for this. He didn't. He lied. Greg lied. I just want to go on record letting
Black
everyone
people
know.
died.
I don't think anyone died. Uh, but here we are. What do you say? I'm gonna start the trailer, have it running in the background, but we can talk about what we've seen here. I know David, you have noticed a couple of references to various games that we want to call out. So when we get to that point, maybe I'll like scrub in the trailer to like show that specific part. But I'm gonna push play on this thing. So it starts out we're here. What appears to be a castle with Bowser painting, right? But if you've seen the first Mario movie, which I think most people in the universe have, Bowser's very small and has been imprisoned in Peach's castle, right? So apparently, in the time since the last Mario movie to now, they've built like a little castle inside of a castle for Bowser to live in. And he's taken to painting in his free time.
Yeah, which I like this. I like how they make it look like he's in this massive castle, and then the reveal that he's still tiny Bowser in his little mini castle. And they even give him like the chipmunk voice modifier.
And Mario just looking completely unimpressed. The painting of the painting of Bowser looking all swole with Peach.
He calls it trash.
Man, no wonder Bowser hates Mario. He put his heart and soul into that painting. It was so good, and then Mario just calls it trash to his face.
See, TJ is here being the Bowser apologist already. But yeah, I think this is a funny reveal, like having Mario and Luigi being giant, staring down at him, looking unimpressed. Obviously, we still have Jack Black, we still have Charlie Day, we still have Chris Pratt. Then it shows us the Star Festival, which I can't wait. I think that's a magical moment in the first Galaxy game when you're like it kind of onboards you into the game. But getting to see that was cool. Obviously they revealed Bowser Jr. We can talk a little bit more about what we saw there with Bowser Jr. And then the big news from the Direct. In my opinion, the biggest news from the Direct is that Brie Larson's going to be the voice of Rosalina, which I just think is the perfect casting for her. And, Brie has been a Nintendo ambassador, right, over the years. I think it was in the 3DS era, where she was...
Yeah, and even during like the Switch era, during the pandemic, she did like YouTube videos just on her own, showing off like her Animal Crossing island. She
Yeah.
was in a Switch commercial at one point. Yeah, she's a very well documented Nintendo fan, and she would have been my pick for Samus in like the hypothetical Metroid movie. So it's cool to see her pop up here, and she sounds great. We get to hear her a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Also, appears to be a complete badass. So now we have two badass women in this universe.
I would argue that Rosalina has always been a badass. Like she's different from Peach in that like Peach is a badass in these movies, but Rosalina has never been captured. And if you look at this trailer, no one is ever going to capture her. She's way too strong. And I she's my favorite princess, so I'm thrilled to see her in this movie.
But also she's like, yes. I guess what I mean, like she appears more badass is that like she's the motherly figure, she's telling stories to Lumas and stuff, like, in the games, right? Like, so she's not necessarily out in front fighting a giant robot or anything.
Right.
But I think it's just cool that now there's like two strong female characters in this movie. Peach appears to be very involved in this, so it's not like a Peach has been kidnapped story plot line, which, has been a trope in the Mario games for a really long time. This appears like Peach is involved in the story. From my standpoint, I'm excited that Luigi also appears to be very involved in this story. It was kind of the one thing that bummed me out about the first Mario movie is that, Luigi's in jail for like, what, 80% of that film?
That's so Luigi though.
It
That's
is.
so Luigi.
But
Yeah.
what's also Luigi is he saves the day, Dave, and he saves the day at the end of the movie. So that's very Luigi also. Against
It
all
is.
odds, Luigi saves the day. But
Yep.
it was like, I'm just happy to see him. Like, Charlie Day's going to be able to, like, be a part of this and not just the comic relief, you know? And that scene with all the Lumas asking Rosalina to tell them the story about the plumbers again, I love that. That's such a that's such a cool reference to the games, though. Like the whole, you know, Rosalina's stories and like every bit of art looks outstanding in this trailer. By the way, like Donovan and I were talking about when we were watching the direct. Like it's just striking.
Yeah.
Does it look better?
I wonder if,
Does it look better than the first movie?
I don't know. That's hard to compare because I mean the first one looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
This also looks phenomenal. But I mean, it looks beautiful. I think the lighting looks really good. I wouldn't be surprised if that scene with Rosalina and the Lumas is the opening of the movie. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, if it's like it opens up, she's talking to them, and they're like, "Give us the plumber story," and then she does it. She opens the book, and then we drop in, and that's how you get your recap of the first movie. And she's like, "They did this, and they're from Brooklyn," and then you just drop in, and you're in Mario's world. I could definitely see them going that route.
I'd love that, especially if that means we even get a clip of Mario's life in Brooklyn. I need to know more about that. Characters that we did not see in this are Donkey Kong, and I think most prominently Yoshi, right? A lot of people are expecting to see Yoshi, hear Yoshi. We're all speculating as how are they going to handle the voice of Yoshi, right, David? Like, will Yoshi just be a sample? Will they actually voice Yoshi? A lot of questions there. But we did get Bowser Jr. And we got the announcement of the voice of Bowser Jr., right, Donovan?
Yeah, and this one was like super out of left field. It's Benny Safdie, which is one half of the Safdie brothers, him and Josh Safdie. They make a lot of movies together. Most notably, Uncut Gems. This is the guy who made Uncut Gems, that stressful ass Adam Sandler movie from some years back, which is very good. But he also acts a lot too. Like he was in Oppenheimer. He had a great role in that cast. I'd recommend watching Good Time, which is a movie he starred in and directed with Robert Pattinson. If you want to see how good of an actor he is, he's awesome. But this is like a super strange role for him. He usually has a lot of like dramas, a lot of intense, gritty sort of movies. So I think him as Bowser Jr. is going to be fun.
I think one reason it was hard to detect his voice in the trailer, Donovan, was that like it's definitely going to be modulated, kind of like what they did with Toad. With Keegan-Michael Key, right? So it doesn't sound like him in the trailer. I did notice something. I have this looping as we talk about this. Is that Peach beating up a bunch of ninjas? Did I see that right? That's like a bunch of ninjas getting their ass kicked by Peach. That's interesting.
In a casino stage.
Yeah. Which, like, is that the casino in Mario Kart? Like, well, what are we looking at there? What exactly is that casino?
That's the casino stage from Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yes.
That's the casino zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. No, I don't know where that comes from. I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't place that from Mario, honestly.
The only casino I can think of is Kart.
Yeah.
And we know that they love to shove Kart into this franchise, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's what we see.
You know what I thought of when they're riding motorcycles across like a desert or an open plain or something? I thought of the open world from Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
Which it might not have anything to do with Kart or World, but you know, it's just what made me.
But also,
what came to mind.
I believe it has the inverted pyramid in that scene too, and that's from Odyssey, right?
It's Sand Kingdom, from Odyssey.
So that's like it's either a dry desert reference to your point, David, or it's like I can't remember what that level's called, but it's there's an inverted pyramid in Odyssey.
Sand Kingdom.
Yeah. So, dude, this scene where they jump into the star and that's where you waggle your controller, right, David, and it shoots you up. Like there are definitely some Mario Galaxy game references here. The motorcycle, that scene. I just love that she's taking a baseball bat to a bunch of ninjas. That is just comedy right there. Uh, definitely seeing some references to Mario Wonder and Sunshine when it comes to Bowser Jr.'s character or like character model, right, David? Like the he's wearing the mask that I think is from his appearance in Wonder, right?
I think so.
I
TJ
mean, his whole
mentioned that
color
earlier.
scheme is like Wonder with the green hair and eyebrows and
Yeah.
the purple scales and stuff.
Yeah, in Sunshine, he didn't wear any costume. He was completely exposed. So
But
I
he
think
had
this is
that
from Wonder.
paintbrush.
But he had the paintbrush. That's how he like painted all the graffiti and stuff.
Yeah,
in
so like
Sunshine.
that's what I mean. It's like kind of this combo, right? You see the painting in the beginning with Bowser, and then at the end you see his son or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he said you have my father or something
yeah.
like that.
Well,
So,
here's the ridiculous lore that I'm going to ask questions about. Are we finally going to find out who his mother is, or are we going to find out that Bowser is asexual with his reproduction? Like, does he lay eggs? How does this work? How was he born? Or is he going to be told that Peach is his mom? Like so many games, right? Like I'm curious how they handle that dynamic. Obviously something they brought up in the first Mario movie, Peach's origin story, right? Like, are we going to hear more about where Peach came from? Are we going to learn anything about that? Is Rosalina her mom, right? Which is like a creepypasta from 20 years ago or whatever. Not 20, but almost 20 years ago. I guess it'll be 20 years ago when the movie's out. But yeah, a lot of references to all the Mario games, I guess is kind of my point. We don't see Yoshi here, but if you believe Pillsbury, which why wouldn't I trust Pillsbury? Yoshi should probably be in this movie. So there's a Super Mario World character, right, David? And Super Mario World 2. And then you have the references to Sunshine, obviously the multiple references to the Galaxy games. Also, yeah, forgetting Super Mario World entirely, Super Mario Galaxy 2 features Yoshi very prominently, right, in the gameplay. So Yoshi's definitely going to be in this.
yeah,
also-
I feel like they saved him.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't want to
Yeah.
reveal everything in the trailer.
Which is why they murdered the Pillsbury Doughboy earlier this week in cold blood. They put him in an oven, I think.
The more I'm looking at that section with Peach fighting the ninjas and like the way that like the top down look of it and then the sideways look of it is, I wonder if it's gonna be like the way that they reference Mario Party.
I know.
It kind of looks like it could be oriented like a Mario Party board.
God, you were so right, TJ. I thought that too. Like it's the circular nature of it and how like they're falling off. Like
There's also pieces and bits and sections on it, like boxes in the air and things like
the walls, the way the walls
little
are structured.
the little gimmicks everywhere.
It does look like a Mario Party thing. Like maybe she like ends up on a game show somehow on some planet and is like has to beat all these ninjas. Yeah, I
hope
see
Mario Party in their universe is like Running Man.
Yeah, I can see it. Like I you know what? That's it. From here on out, I'm pretty sure the Running Man and Mario Party are actually the same thing. They're making a new Running Man movie, by the way, or it's like coming out soon, or is it out? I don't know.
It's close.
Why?
I'm actually curious about it because it's Edgar Wright.
The first Running Man is like, it's really good. Like you kind of should just let some of these movies exist. But anyway,
I agree.
We had that quote from Chris Meledandri before they showed the trailer, where he said that the movie will introduce fan favorite characters as well as like deep cuts, which I thought was interesting. Because we only meet a couple of new faces in this trailer, so definitely more surprises.
Yeah, like a deep cut. Trying to think like what are they gonna do on that front? Because there's so many. Birdo.
Yeah,
Possibly Paper Mario or Mario RPG characters.
This is a stretch, given that they've introduced Bowser Jr., but I would love to see a Koopaling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Like
what
Wendy,
happened with
maybe?
that. Like,
To kind of counterbalance Peach and Rosalina, Wendy would be a good choice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely possible.
Yeah. Toadette.
That could be.
Maybe Toadette. Because like I don't think we've seen Toadette. Is Toad gonna go full Captain Toad? Like, are we gonna get Captain Toad this time? Has he been upgraded to Captain at this point because of how he behaved in the first movie? Like, just go full.
That's what I want to know.
Just call him Captain Toad already. He's basically Captain Toad. But yeah, I love Captain Toad the game. I love the music for that game. So I'd love to see a reference to Captain Toad if we're talking about like deeper cuts. We already like maybe it's gonna be like rare power-ups, right? Like that too, David. Like there's B Mario, but like there's I know I'm gonna name some of your least favorite power-ups here. Like Frog Mario.
I love Frog Mario. You know what? I'd love to see Cloud Mario from Galaxy 2.
Yeah. Cool. Cloud Mario.
There's also
the platforms that he can conjure. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a reasonable possibility that by the end of this movie, they introduce either the Koopalings or Wario and Waluigi as like a setup for the third movie's antagonists.
Wario and Waluigi. I doubt that we'll see Waluigi. I really do. Nintendo seems to hate Waluigi. Like
but they have to have counterpoints to Mario and Luigi, right? So that makes sense for both of them.
That way you get a tag team battle in that third movie.
But you could have like Shadow or like Shadow Mario or something, you know, like we've seen in the past. Or, you know, maybe we get Metal Mario. Maybe we get Elephant Mario. What do you think? Maybe some Elephant Mario?
Maybe.
If there's a Wowie Zowie moment, you know you're going to love it, TJ. I will. I think Elephant Mario is delightful. Definitely see some straight up references to Galaxy though, like the circular, like the orb planets, right? Like I think we're gonna see a lot of that, like different little planets that they can go to. But yeah, I thought the pacing of this trailer was really cool. It showed you a lot of really interesting set pieces, which is, I think, what they did an amazing job with in the first movie was like these great like stages, right? Like the fight between Donkey Kong and Mario, right at the Ring of Kong, and then like I always come back to it. I think the Fireflower Field is stunning in that film. I cannot wait for this Star Festival scene. Like that just looks amazing. I want more screenshots of the Star Festival. Nintendo, lean into that. I saw that first poster. Looks awesome. I like how they changed their poster from that promo image. Because, like, the promo image that we saw was, like, a bunch of toads in the boats. And now it's, like, Luigi and Peach and Mario are all there. I think whatever toad, the Keegan-Michael Key toad is definitely in the boat with them in the poster.
Yeah. We see him with Peach in the trailer, too, when they're flying to that water planet.
So, here's 2 questions about music in this. Well, it's 3. 1, will they just let Brian Tyler cook? Like, just let him cook. Like, just use the Mario soundtracks. Like, don't throw in pop music. We don't need pop music in this film, right?
Yeah.
We good? 2.
Yeah.
Will Jack Black have a song?
100%.
3. Will Brie Larson have a song? Will Rosalina have a song?
I think that'd be fun.
I think that would be cool.
Fun.
Like I personally, Jack Black, fine. Peaches was obviously like a really, really good viral moment for them. I don't know if they can capture lightning in a bottle like that again. I think that's.
they're gonna try.
I'm sure they'll try, but I guess my point is like, is that gonna work the second time? Who knows? But yeah, this the more I look at the reveal of Bowser Jr., it feels like that Wonder effect underneath him when he like lands and like the goo is underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a combo either, David, of the stuff that you see in Sunshine that you're having to wash off the ground, but also like that weird purpley wonder stuff that's in Mario Wonder. I'm curious how that goes. We haven't really talked about it, but there's this giant robot that Rosalina basically beats the crap out of and has her fucking cool hero looking away from the camera moment at the end of the trailer.
That,
Uh-huh.
that whole thing was a final smash, and if they don't reference that in the next Smash Bros. Game somehow, where she just like puts little star shackles on their on her enemy and then makes them explode, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, we're gonna get another Smash Bros. Reference in this, right?
Probably.
Like, so who is it this time? Is it like who are they gonna fight? Because Donkey Kong, like the whole plot that was 80% of the story of the first Mario movie was them trying to get the Great Kong army, and then they fight. And that's how they get Donkey Kong and them to team up with them. Like, who would be the person to fight in this? Or, like, is Rosalina fighting Bowser Jr.?
So she kind of does in the trailer. That giant robot was from Galaxy, I think. Well, now I'm thinking about it, it might have been from 2, but it was from a Galaxy game.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Bowser Jr. was the one piloting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Doesn't he
whoever it is
normally
they're trying to
pilot
kidnap
your
her.
favorite vehicle in the Mario franchise, though, David? Isn't he a big clown car enthusiast?
The biggest.
He is the biggest clown car enthusiast, but there's no clown car in this movie because the clown car is a clown.
It was in the last one. That final scene, the final scene where they're like,
yeah,
all those enemies are coming at them. There's a clown car in that scene.
Well, they learned their lesson. It won't be in this movie.
Probably not. Oh, it's not a baseball bat. She's using a parasol to beat the crap out of ninjas. That might be my favorite scene in this trailer. It's just Peach beating the shit out of ninjas. And also just that setting, TJ. Like, the more I look at it, I'm like, where is that? It definitely feels like... It definitely feels like that... It looks like a roulette wheel, right? But at the same time, like, the walls look like... You know the slot machine levels, David, in like Mario 3?
Yeah.
It kind of like the walls kind of look like that, like the way that they're changing and stuff. It might be a reference to that. I think it's interesting that there's like both of these films seem to reference all games, not just like one or two, which I think's neat. I can't wait for the other, like, when he was talking about deep cuts, Donovan, like, I always come back to Mario's bedroom in the first movie. That's, like, deep cut central, where there's, like, references to pro wrestling on a poster. There's multiple F-Zero references, like the Blue Falcon is there. There's a R-Wing sitting on top of the TV that Mario's playing Kid Icarus on. So there's, like, this whole... The universes are going to collide. And the one that I want there to be a Star Fox reference in this movie so badly. Like, just... Even if it's just, like, in the distance, right? Like, they're on some planet, and they're like, what's that over there? It's like, oh, that's Corneria. Just even, like, a throwaway sentence like that would be great for a Star Fox fan that's just desperate for any acknowledgement. And I know Miyamoto loves Star Fox. Like, Nintendo themselves... love Star Fox. There's a lot of pride specifically about Star Fox 64 internally at Nintendo. Like, I think that's considered one of their best games internally. And yeah, like, just anything referencing that would be cool. Because the first movie did a lot of that. So it wouldn't surprise me to see that happen here as well. And then maybe some Pikmin, given Miyamoto's proclivity to putting Pikmin in everything. I just wouldn't be surprised if we see a Pikmin in this movie. But yeah, this looks great. I don't know.
It really does. I'm excited for it. I liked the original Super Mario Brothers movie a lot, and I think this one's going to be even better because I'm a huge fan of the Galaxy games.
Mm-hmm.
And what I wonder is how will smaller things factor in, like the star bits. Like you feed Luma's star bits and they explode into other galaxies. Stuff like that I'd love to see. Just as many references to that as they can. You could also work that into Journey. I also hope we get some topsy-turvy moments where Mario's like running around a planet and he's upside down and it's a little disorienting. I think that could be really cool visually. There's just all sorts of stuff they could do with the galaxy theme in this.
Yeah, the planets. The planets offer so much optionality for storytelling. Right? Like they could do anything with the planets. And you're right, like the visuals that they could create, you know, like the way gravity works on them, those levels that have holes in them where you can like go up and down, and the way pipes work on the planets. There's so much they could do when it comes to like locomotion on screen. Like one of my favorite scenes in the first movie is when they're going through the pipe for the first time and Luigi and Mario get separated. It's like a visually stunning moment in the film. And, like, to your point, David, like, the Galaxy franchise allows for these amazing set pieces where they could do stuff that they didn't in the first movie. And I think that's, like, a huge opportunity, to your point. Yeah, I find that exciting, too. Because, like, having, you know, the 1 and 2 remake or remasters came out earlier this year. You reviewed them, obviously. But, like, we did our race together, and those games feel so good. Like, the way that they just flow. Like, that gameplay feel applied to a film, it could be really magical.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the feel of those games is so good, and you don't... It's disorienting to be upside down on a planet, for example, but it's not disorienting to move because nothing changes really. And I just want them, I hope they keep that feel there, you know, because audiences, I think, will be disoriented enough if Mario's going upside down and flipping around. But man, if it flows well, that could be something special.
The more I see that Peach scene, man, it's like the Crazy 88 scene in Kill Bill, which obviously an iconic scene with Uma Thurman in her yellow jumpsuit covered in blood by the end. Obviously, there won't be blood splattering everywhere in this, but it just, you know, I think Peach is a badass. I think we're gonna get to see Peach be a badass again in this. And yeah, definitely there's a motorcycle reference in here. So there's gonna be some Mario Kart scenes. You know what? I'm gonna bet there's going to be a scene where they're in the desert and they have to drive into a train tunnel. I'm going to just call it out now. I'm predicting that. The other thing, I think you're going to see them grind with their kart vehicles.
Boy, Steve is going to hate this movie.
There will be grinding and potentially wall riding in the Mario Kart scene in this. Because you know there's going to be a Mario Kart scene, right?
Of course.
And then, yeah, my other random call out is I think we will see DK Spaceport in this. And Donovan thinks that we will hear Seth Rogen laugh. And that will make me sad.
If he's in the movie, he's going to laugh. That's my prediction. Lily, you don't hear
It's a song.
No. Oh, please, no. No Donkey Kong song. Seth Rogen does not need a song. If you have Brie Larson and you have Jack Black, no. I'd rather have Charlie Day sing about Dayman and Nightman than...
Hell yeah.
Even the Dayman and Nightman reference would be great in this. But yes, I do want more Luigi. I want more Luigi comedy, more Luigi slapstick. And, you know, I think Luigi kind of found himself in the last movie, so I don't think he's going to be as much of a coward, but he still might be a little cowardly at times.
It's officially
comic relief.
Yeah.
It's officially Nintendo Universe canon that literally everybody in the entire universe is bros with Luigi. Because even his sworn enemy Bowser's like, "Hey, what's up?" Right before he's like, "Fuck you, Mario."
Yeah, he like rips his mustache hairs out. Yeah. Oh no, you mean in this trailer? Yeah, he's like, "Oh, hey, Luigi," and he's like, "Mario," and Mario's like sitting there all mad at him too. Yeah, Luigi is the likable. Everybody loves Luigi.
Everybody is at least amicable buds with Luigi.
Yeah, it's because he's, you know, he doesn't get a lot of love, right? Like he's not, you know. I hope we get like a Luigi's Mansion reference in this. I think we kind of did in the last one with his flashlight and when he was like Mario. When he landed, what was that, in the dark world or whatever. But yeah, I thought the beginning of this trailer was really funny. I think they did a good job of showing you like that comedy that you liked in the first movie is going to be there. The epic scenes are going to be there, and then like here's a couple of new characters. But yeah, the Yoshi reveal is something we're all waiting for at this point. Because like they put it at the end in the end credits, right, Donovan? Like there was the egg in the post credit scene.
There's the egg. You see it about to hatch. The screen goes like white, and then you just hear Yoshi.
Yeah.
And credits.
So maybe that's a hint at how they're going to vocalize Yoshi in this film. Is that was like the regular Yoshi sound.
Yeah.
And outside of that, we saw like the stampede of Yoshis from the Smash trailer. I believe it's the Melee opening cutscene. That was in the first Mario movie. So they've referenced the Yoshis before, and that there's more than one Yoshi. Is that clinically depressed Luma gonna be in this one?
I hope so.
He has to come back. He hasn't resolved. We haven't resolved what's up with him.
Yeah. Can't wait to hear super fucked up dialogue from my Luma again. Like, my whole thing with Luma wanting to die was that they respawn, right, David? Like,
Yeah.
so maybe, like, the Luma knew if I die, I can get out of here. Like, maybe that was the whole reasoning behind it, or maybe I'm thinking too deeply about a very, very funny character in the film. I don't know if we're going to see many of the Kongs, though. I'm curious, like, what is that? Like, what would be another group that they could introduce, like, from, like, tangential to Mario, right? Like, I agree with Wario and like, the more I think about it, Wario and Waluigi kind of makes sense. As
It would be a good, like, secondary villain. Maybe not the main antagonist, but they just show up every 30 to 40 minutes and then, like, fumble over each other and get, like, kicked into the sky.
Do you think we're going to see Giuseppe again?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see everybody that's in Brooklyn. I don't think the movie's not going to start in space, so we'll have to see how they get there.
Well, at the end of the first Mario movie, Mario and Luigi now live in the Mushroom Kingdom, and then they take the pipe to go to work in Brooklyn still, I guess?
Yeah, commute.
That commute, right? It's better than taking those the bus, I guess. But yeah, I'm interested to see, like, when they said deep cuts, I'm like, huh. What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it from a mainstream perspective, I guess a deep cut would be anybody that's not Mario, Luigi, Peach, Donkey Kong, people that are like on the cover of games. So, I don't know.
Here's someone who is on the cover of a game, Donovan, in a game that you love. Will we see Cappy? Because there's some Odyssey references in this.
There are. I don't know if we go that far. That feels like something you save for another movie.
Like an Odyssey movie?
Yeah, because I mean, obviously they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink in as far as references and stuff, but you got to draw the line somewhere. It's something you got to save,
Because, like,
Cappy would be...
As this is a spacefaring game, forget Cappy. Are we going to see the Odyssey? Probably not, right?
I would like to see Odyssey be its own thing, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm curious though. Like, when I saw the inverted pyramid, I was like, Cappy?
Yeah.
Can we maybe see Cappy? That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know how much of the plot I would expect it to be, but I do kind of hope that they fill the nihilist Luma full of star bits and see what happens.
She turns into a black hole.
Like, what if that's like an actual like disaster plot of the movie? What happens when you feed nihilist Luma?
It's like the don't feed Gizmo or get Gizmo wet after dark. Yeah, I could see that. Man, lots of questions still. So this was a good trailer. It's got us excited, but it's got us asking questions. I thought Miyamoto and Chris Melandri, like they said enough to get people interested. Uh, what'd you guys think of Jack Black being the one to announce Bowser Jr.'s voice?
That was fun. I like that they
I
call
thought it
him
made sense.
Jack's son.
And then he's like, I want to throw it back to Miyamoto's son. I was like, yeah, everyone does.
Yep.
There's something special about Nintendo Directs where Miyamoto kicks them off, David. Like, they warm my heart. Like, he is the face of Nintendo still. And, like, he is the face of Mario. And he cares so much about this IP. Like, there was that quote earlier this week where he was talking about how he's not as involved in the games. But he has such an intense love for this IP. And he's an artist at heart, right? He's a designer. He's obviously comes from industrial design, but like he's also an incredible artist and creative mind. So like to get to see him do stuff like this is just so cool. I think his role that he's kind of taken since Iwata passed away has been outstanding to watch. And it's like in Japan, when you're in your mid-60s, you retire, right? Like you don't keep working. What we're seeing at Nintendo is quite rare, where these guys are like, they're becoming like elder statesmen at Nintendo. They may not be doing the same jobs that they were previously, but they're not leaving. And I think that's kind of rare. And it speaks to why that company is so unique. But yeah, this looks great. I can't wait. April, baby. Come on. The movie theater I watched the first one in, David, it got bulldozed.
Really?
Yeah, the Regal off of Arlington, gone.
Oh, wow.
Just dirt. So I gotta find another theater to go, because I rented it out. I rented out a theater to watch it, and I'll do it again if I have to. Unless Nintendo wants to invite me to a premiere, you know, maybe I'll go to the premiere. But, saying, Doug Bowser, you got less than 50 days left in your reign of terror. Might as well just invite me before you head out. Or then I can just start bothering Devin Pritchard about it next year. But yeah, this is exciting, man. This is just great. It looks fun. It is a continuation of that art that I thought was outstanding. But I think like maybe it doesn't necessarily look better or worse, Donovan, but like I just think like some of the set pieces they've chose for this trailer specifically just look more vibrant.
Yeah.
There's just like stuff happening. You know, that fight scene with Peach or the Star Festival, even that castle with Bowser at the beginning, just the style of Bowser Jr. Like everything just feels a little bit more vibrant than the first movie. And that's cool. Any other thoughts before we wrap this up? We've been talking about this for about 40 minutes. I don't know. It's exciting.
I'm just looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what these deep cuts they have are.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other random things. Like the whole Flower Kingdom from Wonder, like that might be it. I don't necessarily know if it's a deep cut, but just knowing how Nintendo operates, like they're gonna want to promote Wonder somehow in this movie. They're gonna want to promote Kart, which I think we see it here. A sweet jump in a desert, like I'm all for it. I love that Peach is still just rocking her motorcycle, right? The Peach cycle is like now canon. Maybe there's a Rob the Robot reference. I'm trying to think like other random things. Maybe there's a tennis match.
It could be like the deep cut could be something Mario was involved in back in the NES days, even though he wasn't prominently featured. Like, hell, bring out Little Mac. Have him
Punch Out!
Bowser Jr. Yeah.
The movie cuts, it's like it cuts to Brooklyn, and Luigi and Mario are at a boxing match, watching Lil Mac versus Glass Joe. Like, right? Because the pizza place in the first movie is called Punch Out Pizzeria.
Yep.
And on the walls, It's all the different boxers from the Punch-Out games. So it's like, there's like, dude, that Brooklyn in that universe is fascinating to me. There's a restaurant that's basically the French phrase for duck hunt, right? Mario was the ref in Punch-Out. Mario was in Wrecking Crew, right? And that guy from Wrecking Crew was in the first movie. Yeah, like those random. Wasn't he the umpire in tennis for NES? Pretty sure.
I believe so.
Yeah, so like there's things like that, and obviously they have a new Mario Tennis coming out too. So maybe like there's gonna be some random thing where it's like Luigi has to play tennis to get us out of this situation. I don't know. There's gonna be something weird like that.
Here's one final spin. What if the sand area that they're showing is Sarasland and they introduce Daisy?
Oh, that'd be cool. I don't know that they want to like. I mean, it would be cool. I was also thinking of Mario 2, like bring out Wart. What the hell?
But that was a dream in the end. It would have to be a dream sequence.
That's true. That's true.
That's why I'm saying Birdo.
That would be funny if they did that, though.
Like, I'm going to pound the table on Birdo. I think Birdo is going to be one of those references, those deep cuts. And I love Birdo. I love seeing the ninjas. Yeah. I implore Nintendo to let Brian Tyler cook. That's my last message about this. Is like, the music in this trailer is outstanding. I think the Galaxy themes are awesome, David. Like, that soundtrack is... That was a huge moment for Nintendo, right? Like, that's when, like, things became more orchestral for them in general. And they haven't looked back since. So it's like, yeah, I want to see that. And I agree with you, Donovan. I think Odyssey is going to be left out of this largely because Odyssey is truly how you merge the Donkey Kong and Mario story, right? Because New Donk City, Pauline, like all these things can kind of come together. We're going to get a Donkey Kong movie, right? Like, that's coming.
Rumor.
I think it's coming. So it's like, we're going to get this movie, we're going to get the Zelda movie, and then I think the next thing would be Donkey Kong. And that sets up this moment where you see Pauline and Mario and like all these universes kind of collide. But this is going to build up to Smash Bros, right? Like, we all still think that? Like, Smash Bros is the Avengers of this or the Infinity War? Like, no? Tom, you seem skeptical.
If that's what they want to do, then it would make sense to introduce characters from other Nintendo IP that are Mario adjacent, like Little Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on board with the Smash Bros. Theory. I will say them making Zelda a live action movie kind of throws a bit of a curve in that to my knowledge, because I would have thought they all would have been animated and, at some point you get a post-credit scene where somebody gets the envelope and, we're all from there. But now I'm like, okay, well, I mean, if you do Smash, Link's, core, remember the Smash group, you don't put live action, I don't know. It gets a little weird.
I think you can do both, though. I think you can create some sort of a animated Zelda film at some point down the road.
You could do a thing where he just walks through the portal and becomes an animated character. Cartoons have done that and stuff, so yeah. It's possible.
Since we're in galaxies, instead of the R-Wing, what if we see Samus's ship fly by or something? That'd be kind of awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Like, give me some of that. Like, we're in space. You have a bunch of space characters, right? Like,
yeah.
And also with the whole planet thing, like the optionality of planets, David. Like, who's to say you're not going to end up running into Pit from Kid Icarus or something? Like, there's this opportunity to plant seeds for a Smash Brothers movie, I think.
Yeah.
But that will be years from now. Like I said, this is Iron Man 2. We are very far away from Avengers in the grand scheme. And why I think they went with live action for Zelda, Donovan, is like I really think that could be like 9 movies. That could really, if it goes, right, if it's a success, there's so many stories you can tell in the Zelda universe that like, and I think that's why they chose 2 very young actors, right? Like, to be Zelda and Link.
Yeah.
Like, that's something where that could be a 10-year plan.
Well, it's also
Mhm.
because like in each Zelda game, they're roughly like 16, 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of makes sense, you know?
Yep. But no, I just want them to reference some of these franchises. And I know, like, I got my Captain Falcon reference in the first movie. I'm not asking for F-Zero here, but, like, I just want them to, like, give Star Fox a chance. Like, can you imagine a Star Fox film with this level of production? Like, how cool that would be? And I think that's a kind of universe and that's a kind of IP where there like it allows for good storytelling, David. Like there's actually good storytelling like you could do that in a Star Fox game. The whole concept of his dad and like how he went missing and like there's just I think there's a lot of really interesting stories they can tell in that universe. So I'd like to see that. But you know, Nintendo's playing this very safe. They're doing this very carefully. We talked about on our podcast how like they're tiptoeing into the movie industry. They kind of warned about the volatility in the movie industry in their recent earnings report. But God, it seems like Illumination and them are really, really good at working together. And that's exciting. This looks great. I can't wait. Freaking April. It's so long. It's gonna take forever to get here. But yeah, I don't know. I think we hit everything. We tried to give Greg time to show up and tell us what he thought of it. So, I don't know, Greg. We tried, buddy. But you're doing Pop Goes the Culture tomorrow, Donovan?
We are. Yep.
So you guys can
I'm
talk
sure
about
he'll
it there.
talk about it there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Little tease for the show. So yeah, check out Pop Goes the Culture on Twitch. It's on Thursdays usually in the afternoon. It'll be on Twitter also. And yeah, like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. We'll be talking more about this probably next week on the podcast, right? On This Week in Switch 2. But that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.